Fight Night Podcast. Hosted by The Plan, Zash Man. The Victorian, Brother Brutus Valentine. And everyone's favorite man, all up in smoke, Duart the Pot. Ladies and gentlemen, they're ready to rumble, so let's go to the studio. Take it away, Zash Man.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to LJN Fight Night Podcast. We've got a early one this week. We're all pumped up to go, right, boys?
Of course. Nothing like a good early show, you know?
I know you took us by surprise there with that that flash up.
That what?
The flash up. I haven't expected.
I know. I was expecting that little montage of like a wrestling guy speaking again.
Okay, I got a slap on the wrist for last week's show by the YouTubian, whoever's in control. I've got to watch me claims because you do copyright claims on things. So I'm hoping that was okay because that came off something that I think is safe. But
you got in trouble for that Macho Man thing?
Yeah. I'm a naughty boy. But
goddamn tricks.
Live and learn. We've got to keep this above board as well as underboard. But hey, boys, we've got someone to help us on the show today because we're super unprofessional, us three. So I thought we'd get someone to help us out and keep us all in line. So we all know him from that awesome show, the Figure Guys podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that hasn't been podcasting for a good few months. He took a little break. Let's bring him back. Tyler freaking Peters. Welcome, big guy.
Hey, guys. Yeah. Oh, it's great to be here. What an honor. I was going to sing the voice just for Brutus Valentine, but, you know, so much for that. I'd have to hire John Farno. So there you go. Good to be here, guys. Did anybody hear that? Yeah, could you hear me?
No, right. Yeah.
I can't hear myself most of the time.
I heard you can actually sing, Tyler. So
I heard it.
Well, yeah, believe it or not. Yeah, believe it or not. Zash can tell you. I
heard you speaking.
I try anyway. You know.
Before we introduce our guest, Tyler, can you rip out a 20-second for us? Go.
Oh, here comes the copyright issue again, Zach.
What, a song?
No, it's all right. He can sing. He can sing as long
as. I don't know, but I'm kind of didn't prep, but I'll try something. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I'll just do an old gospel song because I can at least remember, and I'll just do a line or something. There you go. So. That's the gist of it. I tried. They didn't call me Sinatra, but you know, I made it.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh?
Bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Hey, I could try some. Yeah.
On this show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we've got two guests on the show, guys. So we'll bring them straight on. Our first guest is a guy that we all know. He's actually a moderator on the LJN Elite Customs group. So let's see who it is.
With around 20 years experience in the customizing game, from 3D printing to hand sculpting, this man has seen it all. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Cochran.
That's first picture.
I always look forward for the last picture, man.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not a guest because I would hate for you to look through all my pictures to find the most embarrassing one. I would hate it. Thank God.
I'll pull your mug up here.
There it is.
We're not allowed on the LJN Fight Night podcast without being a little embarrassed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's fine.
How are you, Mark? What's been going on?
Doing pretty good. How about y'all? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, anytime, mate. Anytime. I know some of these.
I do it well. Yeah.
On. Right, boys, you look so pumped up. Look at you, Brutus. He's fired up to see Mark Cochran. Look at him.
He's ready to go.
No, I am pumped up. Yeah.
No,
All right.
I still couldn't believe last week I opened up that.
Come on, it's
MLC
Brutus Valentine. Yeah.
well, Zash, I was thinking if we pace it out, maybe we can beat last week's almost 2-hour marathon.
Hey,
Doing
if
that
you're
again.
having time flies when you're having a good time. No.
I've got to be out at 1 hour and 15 minutes, but it's good to see Mark.
True,
because,
yeah.
With
Yeah,
Mark, what I see most about your work is head by Mark Cochran, head by Mark Cochran, head by Mark Cochran, and Tyler told me that's more head than Sonny ever gave.
He's definitely good at head.
Wow. Now I didn't know we were going attitude era. Hey,
Best error.
well, I'm gonna have to be careful. Yeah.
All right, let's give Mark. a
No,
bit
he
of
is.
slack.
Yeah.
Catch up
No,
on
Mark
all this.
Cochran, it's very good. Yeah.
He's been ambushed. All right, let's bring on our next guest, guys.
Our guest this evening's a lad from Nottingham. Yeah, he's a Sherwood Forest boy, he is. He makes some bloody lovely customs. Look at them all. And on top of all that, he's a bloody party animal. And all the girls love him, especially the blondes. Tim Bateson.
And Tim Bateson's gone.
He's got you embarrassed him. You embarrassed the poor guy with all those pictures. Then he goes, "Fuck this."
He's got to change his white shorts, I think.
Yeah. He's like, I'm wearing the same underwear as
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
Where is he?
It looks like he's getting a little.
I don't know. I was having a lot of lag when I first signed in, so I don't know. Maybe he's getting the same thing.
We're already yeah.
Yeah, well, I believe he will be back soon, so we'll continue the show.
Hillbilly internet lag and all.
It's a long way. It's a long way over there to the UK, and we know they're a bit behind the times. So
There's that Morocco I opened up last week.
okay.
Still,
What's the production code on him?
I think it says like
Yeah, that is awesome. Hey,
the letter.
The
It says A.
A. So he's an A. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
But I'm not sure which one I have in my collection. It might be a B. I don't even know the difference, truthfully. But A, B is just basically production lines. Like there is either made here or there. No.
Yeah, and it's a way of telling when they were made. And so, so if there's something different about him and he was on a B, it's one of the later ones. But A is a pretty normal one.
The only difference I noticed on the other is just the Magnificent Morocco, how its lettering is like it's different.
Is that the big one or the little one?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. Mine's somewhere down there. I don't even know where it is right now. But it looks like I don't even know how to do this shit right here. What do you think?
That's packaged yesterday, right?
Big. It looks big.
Last week, and I just still in the same spot. The only mint Aussie I had, and I
think
put
it's
it up. But I'm not really. I'm not an MLC guy because it's like it takes too much room, and you could just shove a bunch of figurines right
it really
there.
does take a lot of room. It really
Right?
does.
It
I've
does
got a
take
few
a lot
behind
of
me, but I
room.
don't have a ton of
That's
them
the
packaged.
issue that I have with the room. To try and fit
You've
them
got
all in.
$1 million room right there. I can't wait to the day that Brutus opens up the $1 million man. That'll be a good day.
we're getting the tour. I mean,
Oh, you missed it, Tyler. He showed a tour a couple weeks ago, and he did some live openings. He had a $1 million man black card sitting in a box for months, like it was nothing. Some people would be waiting at the post office, waiting until it shows up, and he's just it's just a black card. It's nothing.
No big deal.
Brutus doesn't give a shit, do you, Brutus?
No, well, it's
well,
not-
see, he knew I was coming on, and yeah, right.
told you the
He was
story,
like,
and-
Tyler's going to be on here. I'm teasing.
It was something that I shouldn't have bought in hindsight because when I bought it, it was fine. And I always say to people, don't buy anything you can't afford.
Hey, I miss you. So, yeah.
But unfortunately, everything I was doing went downhill in the next week from there. And it's been a shocker of a year. So I was embarrassed to open it because of what I spent on it at the time. So
No, you are right. You should never spend beyond your means on any figure. But at the
No,
time,
right.
you could afford it. You got it. Check it off your list. It's done. You don't have to worry. Set it and forget it. It's done.
now we've still got Tim on the wind up there, so that's a bit of a problem.
Pardon?
Yeah. How are you going, Tyler? Can you keep up with the podcast, or are you lagging too? Yeah, I got a feeling Tyler's a little bit.
Yeah, I think Tyler is.
Been avoiding
I lagged a little bit, but I think you guys are good luck charms. But,
Yeah, I was getting it earlier, but it seems to be pretty.
oh,
good now.
I am lagging. Oh man, I'm telling you, I just can't win for losing. I thought I'd try Chromebook. And, yeah,
Don't worry, mate. We're all good in
let me try
Australia.
something here.
And
I don't
poor
know.
Poor Tim's been
It's
dying to
crazy,
go
man.
on.
Technology. Sometimes it's a friend, sometimes it's your enemy. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna sort through some messages here. We're
I
getting
know. Yeah, he's had it worse trouble than myself. Yeah.
Poor Tim. He's got. It's been what, 10 minutes and he still can't get on. Can you see him on your end, Ash, or no?
No. I'm
Yeah, let's just have fun, man.
And he's gone again.
He's making
Taking
phone
a
call
lot.
to BT.
Anyways, Mark, what are you working on right now? Before Tim gets on. Did you hear me or no? Am I lagging now?
Your voice cut out.
Oh, did it? I was saying, what are you working on right now before Tim gets on? I was asking you, what do you work on? I thought you guys were. I was lagging.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
By far, hold on. By far, this podcast has the best internet connections ever. Now go ahead.
I'll tell you, the top three I think are fine. It's the bottom guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, as far as customs, I really haven't done a whole lot
Yeah,
of work on anything myself lately.
I think you guys are doing. It's
I started
Okay.
talking, like,
Yeah, there's a
layers.
lot of lagging going on. That
But I've been focusing on getting a lot of sculpts made and
don't worry. Yeah.
3D printed and caught up on that. I've got a few things I'm doing for people of painting some stuff. Like I've got one for one of the pods things for somebody I'm painting. Haven't gotten too much progress on it, but I've got a couple of those. I got a bunch of heads that I'm doing for people, painting them up. One of the ones that I've been waiting on my sculptor to get to that I'm kind of happy about is this. I don't know if you can see sculpt of Bonesaw. Randy Savage's Bonesaw.
is that Elias?
No, very nice.
Oh, I thought it was Elias for some
That's
reason.
Randy Savage
Oh,
as he
okay.
was in
in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's right, Brutus. I was a bit like,
Although he does
We're-
look like
Yeah,
Elias, so
Spider-Man.
Elias will kind of work, but I got a first print going.
it looks a bit like you, Mark.
Not quite, but
I know it. The resemblance is uncanny.
the boot details and everything. I'm waiting on the arms to print, but the gloves the gloves are pretty awesome looking. That's one I'm happy about that my sculptor got to. I got about 20 sculpts in queue with him, so I've just been slowly
Yeah.
chipping away at stuff with him.
That's where's he been? Yeah.
What's up? I cut out again. I don't know what it said.
I think Tyler's cut out. He's
No, I was just saying. Speaking of a lot, yeah, don't worry. My brain's lagging. Yeah.
Now we've lost Duarte.
Oh, Emma.
this is
Okay. Yeah. Well,
This is awesome.
this
yeah.
is getting ridiculous.
Well, you guys may not want me back. I mean, this is, yeah.
Well, look, it's
Yeah.
nobody's fault.
Please don't do that. Yeah, be careful.
The Brock Lesnar that I'm working on. This will be for a LJN that I'm making. I just haven't gotten to working on the body yet.
Oh, cool.
His face looks great.
That's one I had my guy sculpt.
So Mark,
So
you-
this
does,
guy,
yeah.
this guy that does your sculpting,
Hey,
Mark.
I like Brock Lesnar.
This guy that does your sculpting. He's been doing it for a while, Mark.
I mean, I've been working with him for about 2 years now. I don't
Tim's back.
Sorry, guys. Gremlins in the system.
So, sorry, finish your answer, Mark. We spoke over the.
Oh,
asking
You know how long
questions.
this whole thing? I've been working with him for about 2 years, and I think we've got about 80 heads that I've done with him, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yep.
And we've got maybe 10 bodies that are kind of Hasbro style bodies that I've had sculpted with him. I'm not sure how long he's been sculpting though. He's probably been doing it for 3 or 4 years, somewhere in there. It's not his day job. He definitely works another job, and gets to this in his off time. So it's a hobby for me and a hobby for him.
Damn good. That's a really good hobby to do.
The more different styles, the better, mate. That's what I think. Everyone's got a different artistic style, and I think it's good to see them all. But look, I'm gonna play Tim's intro again. Bring him on formally.
Our guest this evening's a lad from Nottingham. Yeah, he's a Sherwood Forest boy, he is. He makes some bloody lovely customs. Look at them all. And on top of all that, he's a bloody party animal. And all the girls love him, especially the blondes. Tim Bateson.
He had to make fun of you twice. Okay, twice. That's the second time. He's never done
brilliant.
I must say,
We've got
mate,
some photos.
You
from
should
the
hear
archives
what they're
there,
talking about. Yeah.
you've got away with the women, mate. I can see your missus is bloody. You're punching above your weight there. What's going on?
Yeah, she's all right. She's all right.
Hey, bloody hell. You'll have to teach me some tricks. I've got a lovely woman as well, but I'll tell you, mate, them Nottingham women. I went to Nottingham back in 2000, and I
need tips, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a bloody great place to live, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's a nice little city.
Yeah, I've got a lot of family over there. That's where my parents are from. My whole family's from Nottingham, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Well, that explains your accent. I actually thought you did pretty well on the accent, Zash.
Well, my parents still talk like that, so I grew up talking like that.
Cool.
That's a nice display cabinet you got there. What is that?
Yeah.
Tim, what is that? Is that a cabinet shelving? Like, he's frozen. Poor guy's frozen again.
No, that's just his face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the wind changed. The wind changed.
Yeah, just got him and freezing up. Yeah.
I know that's a nice. I wonder if that's a cabinet or if he made it himself.
Looks like bookshelves that he added lighting to.
Nice.
Looks like he's got.
Like he added stair step risers to.
I'm just going with your all's answer. Yeah.
That's pretty dangerous and bold without glass in front of it, so it wouldn't fall over. That's for sure.
Tim's gone. That was the
Yeah,
face that
good,
siblings pull when they're making fun of their brothers or sisters. That's what he got frozen on there. But why don't we go to one of our segments? Let's shoot off to life hacks.
I'm ready for this one.
Okay, we've got a letter here.
Okay.
Thanks for sending these letters in, people. Right? Keep the action coming. This is a question for the people on the panel. It says, "Hi, boys. I need some advice. Sash, you're a handsome man of the Australian beaches. Duarte, you have such a cheeky smile with your dark, classic European good looks. And Brutus, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm ready to settle down with a toy boy. I'm ready to settle down with a toy boy, if you catch my drift. So how can I net myself a manly collector like you guys? What tips can you give me?"
Okay.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, you always do this.
You always ask that.
Me and Dwight. Too much on something else.
No, I was trying to listen, but it lagged for a second. As soon as the question came out, I was like, "Oh shit, this is the part I have to listen to." I was like, "I have to listen to the last part," and then it lagged out of nowhere, and I'm like, "Shit!" And I don't know what
ADHD.
You missed your cue.
The question is the respondent has asked, so how can I net myself a manly collector like you guys? What tips can you give me? So they're looking for a love
And who
interest.
wrote this?
I think.
It's a girl
wrote
that
this?
was that
There's
collects
no
LJN.
name. No name on this one.
Anonymous.
Well,
Anonymous.
I've got to shoot this one over to Tyler. Tyler, what's your thoughts?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yep. Good
Oh my
answer.
gosh.
DDP. What do you
You know what? I'm afraid I'm not going to give you my number. No, I'm not going to give you any information. Yeah.
That's
No?
the way to be. Yeah.
You just got
Somebody going to answer? Or...
the girl. I guess the girl's got to say she brings, that
Yeah.
famous line, that the meme that you see going around the
Yeah.
LGM forums. She brings 6 figures a month. And
Oh,
there,
That's right. Yeah. That means.
Yes.
Yeah. That's very well said.
That's the
there.
key to life right there. 6 figures a month.
yeah, that's a
6
good one.
figures a
When I
month.
seen it, when I saw that, I'm
That's
like,
a
that's
great
pretty
answer.
good line. But the thing is, I tried to send that to my friends, and they didn't get it. Of course, they didn't get it. You don't get it.
Maybe your friends asked you, what was the question again?
No. Because of all my friends, I'm the only one that collects wrestling toys.
I found the envelope that it came in.
Okay, and what is
name? It's from Buttsville, New Jersey, and if you respond, you can just send your responses to the Blue Oyster Bar.
Okay. Hey,
Good old Police Academy joke, right?
where's the background music?
Thank you, Mark. I'm glad. I was hoping someone would get it.
Don't worry,
I didn't get it.
Proctor and what's his name? The lieutenant or captain?
I'm slow. I'm yeah.
Explain the movie to him, Brutus.
Is he talking about
Police Academy? Every guy watching will know Police Academy.
Yeah. It was actually filmed here. It was actually filmed here in Toronto.
Yeah, there you go. That's why it was such a multinational hit. And the Blue Oyster Bar, of course, guys of our age, you just have to sing that music, da-na-da-na-da-na-da, and straight away you know what's going on.
Yeah, I know exactly what now I know what scene you're talking about.
That's right.
Good. So, hey, Tyler,
I'm glad I didn't answer.
Yes.
Are those,
well put.
Mark,
Yeah.
the figures behind those are the ones that you entered for Customania, no?
Yeah, I got the Cena and the Steiners, Muda.
Yeah, the fact that you
a couple other customs out there too.
the fact that you repositioned those arms and like that was incredible. And how you did it literally with like 24 hours. I remember talking to you. I'm like, are you done? Like, almost done. I just did the epoxy work. How about now? I just finished sanding. I did the first coat. I'm trying to let them dry. And I was already in bed by that time, man. And I'm like, I messaged you in the morning. Did you get him in?
Yeah, I was scrambling on all these because I did three the Steiners and the Muda. I did all three of those in a 24-hour period. And then Cena, I did probably him by himself in a 24-hour period. And then I've got this Scott Hall that's sitting here beside me, but I got that one. I did that one in about a 24-hour period too. So it's
you like working in like last minute, like that's how
yeah.
you.
I mean, I work good in a crunch. It's one of those things that it forces me to kind of bust my ass and push myself because I am the king of procrastination.
Yeah.
You know, I put things off, and I'm always busy, go.
Yeah, to get it done that quick.
It's like, hey, I got to lock down this time, and boom, there we go.
It amazed me, Mark, that during that Customania when you were doing these figures, and you were telling me with like hours to go. Yep, just got to paint it now. I'm like, what? You've still got to paint it, mate? You're not going to do it. There's only a few hours left. Meanwhile, you're doing this. You're messaging me. You're messaging Dwight. You're messaging God knows who. If I was in
I had like 15 people messaging me the whole time.
I'm like, if I'm messaging, I'm not painting. I'm like, how the hell did you paint that in that amount of time? Because painting takes me forever.
Well, the trick with my painting, at least for skin tones and some of the stuff like the red, I use a bare wall paint, and it covers thick. It doesn't need like 15 coats of skin tone and coverage. I can do that in like 2 coats.
I wish there was a trick for yellow paint because yellow paint.
The bare paint is pretty good with yellow. Maybe 3 or 4 coats on that.
No, not bad.
I use it for yellow and pink and some of the hard to cover colors. I mean, all that red, all this, that's bare.
Yeah, but I feel like red you can get. But I feel red like 2 coats, 3 you're good. Anyways, I feel like yellow you do like, you know, we should stop talking, let Tim talk, because who knows how long he's gonna be on again. Okay, to answer the question, is that shelving or a book cabinet? What is that? Because that's the question we asked you, and then you went offline.
That's shelving with stands.
Because I was going to say that's very bold without something protecting it from falling down.
Yeah, there's been multiple casualties. I come in each morning and see the floor and pick them up.
I had a Yokozuna fall from my cabinet. It was a Nick Hill's Yokozuna. I didn't want it to break. I put my foot right there. Man, did my toe hurt that. But that's why I'm saying.
Literal bonsai drop.
Without the glass, like these would fall all the time, and I'd be pissed off.
Yeah, these were by the people in this house for us, and I've converted them into LJN stands. But I think
I was going to ask you if you survived. Yeah.
Yeah, I need some glass. Need some glass on the front.
Or even, you know, you could put like, you know, like the ropes that for the ring, just put it across, like each. Because I think you have 3 rows there. No, 3 rows in each shelf.
Does that actually save it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put you know the ropes from the LJN ring all in front of them. That's the only thing I could think of instead of putting
It
glass.
looks good. It looks good. I don't know whether it would always catch a falling LJN because there's a bit of weight behind. I thought it would just go over the top rope. How often does a toe cop the brunt of something falling? It's a human reaction to stick your foot out every time something falls or drops, right?
Yeah,
Without thinking. I've
Yeah.
broken a toe trying to save a big speaker falling from the top shelf because I didn't think I just put my foot out.
crazy.
Right. Friggin' toe.
I would not have never put my foot in front of a speaker. That's just ludicrous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
broken toe.
I wouldn't do it if I had a few more seconds to think about it, but I didn't.
No, you're right, Sash. It's a pretty natural thing. Like when a nice bottle of something tumbles out of the freezer, and you just put your foot down, and it's okay. But if it falls with the base onto your toe, then you need that whole bottle straight away.
How do you keep how do you keep your stuff from not falling, Brutus? We just like stack them all.
Oh, I'm so light and on my feet that I don't make any vibrations.
Okay, so you have pillow feet.
No, in fact, they're jammed in. The loose ones are so jammed in. If I open the cupboard, the door,
That's the secret.
The tag teams always tumble out, and then of course you pick them up and you have a look and think, "Oh
Cheers,
no!"
Tim.
Cheers.
All right. Let's shoot off to another segment.
With all the crazy things going on in the past and present, we have a man who will tell you exactly how he sees it. Come on! With Duarte, the Pond.
Put the pictures up already. Come on, you can't start with my face. Put the pictures up. Tell me you got this right this time around. I was going back to eBay to bash some people with prices, but can't really bash him if he's not putting them up. Put the pictures up.
Hold on.
Well, basically, I was talking to Zash. I'm like, what to talk about?
In hostile, yeah.
Okay, so there we go. He's gonna put that. Okay, that is a mean jean on eBay going right now for $89.99 US. And the best part about it, there's no fucking microphone. Come on, like why are people doing like this? $89.99, like this is crazy. I almost want to sell my set if someone buys that for $89.99 US, which is probably in Canadian 3,000. You know,
well, that's obviously a rare variant. What about this one?
This is the other one I sent him. That's a Warlord. We know Warlords are expensive, but once he gets that price out, if he can get it right, but I know it's right here. I have it saved. That's going for $1,900 US. Come on, 1,900?
That's Canadian.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's still a lot. 1,900 Canadian. That's a lot.
It's in pesos.
In pesos.
That's original paint, no.
That counts Canadian? Excuse me, no. Sorry.
I've never understood those listings. Like, why do people do that ridiculous listing?
Well, they do it because you
do it all over eBay.
You just never know. You just never know that if someone actually triggers and buy. Like, here comes the slaughter. It's going for $2,000 US. $2,000.
Yeah, that is US. But the shipping's quite cheap on it. It's only $44.95 shipping.
If someone buys mine for that price, I'm going to Europe for a month. I'll sell it right now. I'll even personally deliver to you if someone buys that. I'll sell mine because I don't care. 2,000. And did you get the last one?
I know those people are hoping for somebody that doesn't know what they're looking for to buy it, but it's just like, man.
I don't know if the pricing can be. It's a Bossman with nightstick, and it's going for $1,800 US. I know a nightstick is expensive.
Yeah, Bossman was one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, but $1,800 US for a Bossman? Come on, Tyler. I know you don't have any figures, but would you pay $1,800 for a big Bossman?
Tyler's face reminds me of the boss man.
I don't know if he heard me or not.
Not a chance. I mean,
is he talking or no?
I do. Yeah. No, I did. The thing is that we're slow. Yeah, I'm talking. I hope so. Yeah, I'm trying, but it must be a Southern thing. The boss man's from Georgia. The only thing is, he's about 6'5". I'm 5'5". So there's your big difference. But, yeah, can you guys hear me?
Now I hear you crystal clear.
Can you
Yeah.
do an impersonation for us, Tyler?
What?
Okay, yeah. Huh? Do an impersonation? No, I can't do one of Big Boss Man. I can try to do some Dusty Rhodes. I'll try, if you will, baby, funkier than a monkey, baby. If you will, I don't know if you can hear that, but I was trying to get close to Mike. I'll go. Yeah, let me tell something. The Big Boss Man, NWA Jim Cat, not experimental, and we gonna make some money down here in the Carolinas, baby. So there you go. Hard time, Mr. Vin.
Sounded great, Tyler.
So I hear that. I don't know if there was any Dusty coming through or not. That's all I know. I mean, well, sorry for the issues. Where I'm from, the southern part of the U.S. I mean, we're slow in the brain. Actually, we're very intelligent. That's misguided information. But
Tyler speaking.
yeah, happy to do it. It's an honor. So.
I was just a joke.
Yeah, what were we talking about again?
My Jordan, and you put it to me.
What? Yeah.
Hey Tim. Like, is there many?
Well, no, we need. I'm just the guest here. I mean, hey, we need to go to you guys. Yeah.
And Brutus is just throwing a 300 US piece right in his ear like it's nothing.
Tim,
is there any? Is there any UK like LJN collectors? Like, I don't know many.
Somebody help us there.
I think there's 3 or 4, but
because I know there's a few guys from like Ireland, but I haven't I don't know many people from the UK. That's for sure. There's quite a few from Australia.
I think there's 3 or 4. We had a little chat group going at one stage, but most of them dropped out. But I remember the guy in Ireland you were selling LJNs to, Stuart.
It's Duarte, not Dewart. Come on, man. We're all part of the Commonwealth. Say my name right.
It's how the English say it.
That was Celtic, yeah. That was Celtic for your name, yeah.
Yeah,
That guy in Ireland,
I don't see
a
much.
few years ago, and a number of years ago, actually, I got my Strike Force single cards.
Yeah.
I think there's a few people that completed the collection and given up, but there's not many active buyers at the moment.
That's awesome, man.
What do you say?
Love Strike Force, yeah.
Is it the accent you don't understand there, Duarte?
Somebody get a translator. Hey.
Brutus.
All the sounds cutting out right now.
Would you? What's the comment?
Are we sure Duarte understands anything?
Tim, you're easy to understand. I don't know.
I understand it.
Yep. What am I doing? What?
No, you just today's Zash is just putting the camera on certain people.
I think you're doing a great job.
Take us through some comments, Brutus. What are you doing?
Oh, okay.
It's your life.
Yeah,
Brutus, a question.
Yep.
Hold on, hey Brutus, I have a question for you.
There was comments relating to when you were talking about the coats of paint and everything, and I was actually wanting to ask, do you actually ever buy artist paints, or do you like the top quality, real expensive artist paints?
I buy the $2 paints at the local art store called Michael's here in Canada, and that's it. I don't buy that crazy stuff because I'm not a crazy artist.
Yeah, it's just that that's very watered down, which is why it would take a lot of coats.
Yeah, because yellow, at least 10 coats all the time. That's the worst color in the world to paint, I think.
Yeah. You could get some paints like Matisse paints or other ones. Matisse aren't great, but they're mid-level. You might find that they run more smoothly. But anyway, there was some comments on that. And Caleb's joined in with a lot of comments, and he really likes the look of Tim's setup. And Jason Ferrugia from down here said, never buying a nightstick off Brutus. Well, that's okay, Jason, because it's not for fucking sale.
Take that, okay? Take it. Yeah.
There you go. That's it for me.
Brutus 316, baby. Yeah.
That's different
Yeah,
for
that's right.
No, never mind.
That's the
Can I-
bottom line.
No, I think you're great, Brutus. Keep on doing that. We need more promos. Yeah.
Ireland
Yeah.
is the UK.
Can I talk for 1 second about paints, if that's okay? Because
Go ahead.
I feel like I've tested many paints. Brutus was talking about expensive paints may be less watered down. In my experience, that's not the case. Different paints have different levels of what's the word, Brutus? A pack.
Pigment. Often they have different levels of pigment in it, which changes the opacity of it.
Opacity, yes. So what I've found is basically if you're painting yellow, mix the yellow with the white and put a coat of that on. Then mix a bit more yellow in with your white for the next coat until you basically go to the yellow you like, because the white is going to make the yellow a lot more opaque than if you're painting it straight on. So mix a bit of white in with it and do it that way, and it'll get up to the level you want it.
Looking it up.
Zach, on that, that's really good. Would you ever suggest someone does a full undercoat of white if they were painting light coloured paints?
Yeah, sure. But I think it's a good idea to mix a bit of the color in that you want to make it to sort of get to. If you're looking for a red and your red doesn't cover well, or blue, just mix a little bit of that color in with it, and it's getting you on the way there. Everything's a process to get to where you want it to be. I don't know, Mark uses house paint or something. He's figured out something that works for him. But for me personally, I do just thin layers of coat, and I actually water down my paint quite a bit because I know it's going to take a while to get to the part where I want it to be. But I use, probably sounds a bit silly, but in the bathroom, it's got the heat lamp on. So I'll, in between coats, sometimes if I want to giddy up and hurry it along a bit, I'll take it into the bathroom, turn the heat lamps up and hold it up to the heat lamps in the bathroom, which helps it dry a bit quicker. But I've tried good quality paints and I've tried the cheaper paints. I mainly go for the colors rather than the actual quality of the paint. But I have found some paints that go on really well, but I just find they're probably a little bit more watered down, which I do anyway. So
every brand of paint has a different feel to it, and each color for the different paints is also different. So I mean, like a brown in one brand, like Americana, or a brown in Delta Ceramcoat, they color different. So you got to feel what feels comfortable to you, and find that paint that you like. Like the one I use for my skin tones and stuff, it's just Bear. I use Bear Premium Plus Ultra, but they kind of got rid of that. I use the market now. But I still use like Citadel for a few things. I've used Vallejo for a few things. Use Americana for a few things. I mean, it just depends on what color I'm doing. There's certain colors I like from certain brands, and I know it's one of those things that a lot of people preach, and I even tell people to do it, but I personally don't really water my stuff down. I will dip my brush more so than I will the paint. I will keep my brush wet, but I don't necessarily water my paint down. It's more keeping the brush wet for me than it is for
style. You see, everyone does things very differently. I do a lot of shading and sided dry brushing, and I do watered down
I do a lot of dry brushing too.
Yeah, so everyone's got their own style. And at the end of the day, it'll all come together how you want it to look in the end. So it's
all finding that personal preference of what's comfortable for you. I mean,
and at the end of the day,
find that different style.
Yeah, at the end of the day, as long as you try and attempt to do something, who gives a shit how it looks? You did something. You tried, even if it's shit. Who gives a fuck? You did it.
There's a difference when it's like crusty and stuff. That's when you want to tell somebody, definitely thin your paint or do different stuff. But if people are getting a pretty good smooth coat, I mean, do what they're doing.
I'd like to talk about that after this. Sorry, go Brutus.
I just got a personal message from the person who sent me the letter, and Mark's comment. They agreed with Mark. It's very important to dip a lot and keep your brush wet. and Jason Ferrugia from down here, who's embarking on the customizing journey himself, said, "Never make my mistake in undercoating black. Live and learn."
I actually do that quite a bit on certain colors.
He showed, his Ultimate Warrior that he was working on. He did that.
I didn't realize. Yeah,
Black was the worst color to start from, putting any color on. Hey, you live and learn, eh? But that's how you get
I
better.
actually do it for certain colors.
right.
It's actually a preference of mine on certain colors I use. So black, because black
do
is
any
always
of
a
you-
solid coat. Sometimes you
Do
just
any
need
of
that
you guys
adherence.
ever use enamel paint?
No.
No.
I don't even know what that is. Do you even say yes or no?
It's the metallic paint, which is DDP. You won't need as many splits there if you use enamel paint.
Brutus, believe it or not,
Enamel
this is
doesn't
only
dry well on
this is
plastic.
only the second one in the podcast.
no, and because I don't use paint, so yeah.
I know one guy named Aaron Shredder that he's actually from Australia. That
I'm the
he does
odd man out.
and
Even
he
the
does a lot
precious
of
moments.
enamel paints. He's about the only person I know that really uses it.
Yeah.
But enamel paints in general don't dry well on plastic. They kind of leave a sticky tone, and you have to seal them properly. So if you don't seal them properly and do all that stuff, then they come out sticky, and a lot of people just don't like it. That's why people stick with acrylics.
Yeah.
Not that you can't use them. You can totally use them. It's just all about the prep work.
Hey guys, I've got a news update for you. All right, listen to this. Former WWF superstar and LJN customiser Sin Bodie is set to become the new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as he's preparing a fight scene in a new movie coming out soon. More updates to come later.
He's one huge guy, eh?
Sin Bodie's going to be in a movie coming out.
Oh,
He's
nice.
gonna be in a fight scene.
Can't wait to see him whip some ass.
He's a huge
Yeah,
guy.
very very intimidating.
And when he was in that, oh shit.
Well, that's incredible. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't mess with him. He's a tough guy.
He's very active, man. He's really into so many things. Did you guys see him in his
I'd bar.
supporting
No,
role
I'm
when
just
he was
kidding.
on Penn and Teller's Fool Us with the Magician's Act?
And when he was just playing with his chicken the other day when we had him on, and he was playing with his chicken, actually putting his chickens to bed, right?
His favorite chicken and his heart.
No, I have not. No.
Who might be watching now.
You guys, he stole it. They did veg. To be posted on Instagram. Had a Copeland edge.
I'll give him that. He grinds it out like no other. I mean, he's like, I did that 24-hour stretch of 3 figures, but I'm lucky to complete like one in a month or one in like 2 months. But he sent me 50 of these Jake the Snake figures for Jake that Jake is selling at his table. He's done 50 of these for Jake, and he knocked them out in like 2 months.
Gee,
50 figures in 2 months. Wow. Like I do work on a couple figures here and there, but it takes me a long time to finish. Like I do them all in stages. Like I'll paint skin tone.
That's remarkable. Yeah.
Boots, and then shirt, then wristband, then the hair. By the time it takes me like months to finish a couple, but I finish them all at the same time. I never just work at one because I get bored of one.
I like working in spurts and stages, and I paint.
No, you don't. You like to work within 24 hours. Why are you lying? You just told us about 20 minutes ago you only like to work with them within 24 hours. Now you're telling us you like to work at them in a little bit here and there.
I like to paint multiple things at a time. So
okay.
One's drying, then I'm painting on another thing.
Yeah, because
but for those competitions, I did grind them out, and
because you don't use the Aves or whatever, the epoxy. You use some other stuff, no?
Well, I do use Aves, but for those I was actually just using plumbing epoxy.
Yeah, that it dries like dry. I was just reading what you were saying. Yeah, because that stuff that you use dries what in 30 minutes you said or something like that?
I think it's drying about 20-25 minutes. So I mean, you can just literally. By the time you're done mixing it, you gotta jump on sculpting it, and you got about 5 minutes or about 8 minutes of actual real work time once you finish kind of mixing it and everything, and then you're just getting that fine detail in after that. So it's a quick process stuff.
That's why it takes me so long, because I get that Aves and it takes 24 hours. By the time I start working on that figure, after I do the epoxy, I forget about the figure, number one. And then when I remember about it a couple of days later, it takes me like a while, and then I just sand it, and I use. Now I'm doing nothing because it's way too cold outside to do any work outside. It's like minus 10 degrees. You'll never see me outside.
Bloody
my worst thing with like Aves and green stuff is a slow cure time. I love the stuff. I love the product. But when I'm trying to do a lot at once, I'll put my finger in another area I just sculpted. I'm like, son of a bitch. I got to go back and fix it. Go fix that. You know, and it's if it's got too slow of a cure time for me, I start messing up. So I like the fast cure time in that sense because I can set it, forget it, move on, move to the next spot. And I'll just kind of work around the figure instead of like working in one spot.
Well,
I don't use that stuff all the time.
What is that product though? Actually,
Brutus-
message me afterwards. I want to know what that product is.
I'll show you.
Talk about this after the segment. Hold on a second.
And now, it's your chance to challenge the big historian himself. Ask a question or try to stump the LJN mastermind. Ladies and gentlemen, how's that? With the Fixtorian, Brother Brutus Valentine.
He stood back because he knew he was going to get the close-up. What a smart man. I knew it too. And I'm like, I guarantee you Brutus this time is going to stand back because he hates that close-up. And I was so correct.
I need a zoom up.
It's really not a Brutus. It's not really a stump. But how? How did you become with the name Brutus Valentine?
Oh, okay. That's actually a sensible question.
Thank you.
I did when I was researching the book.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was doing the research, the deeper research for the book from about 2016, I had joined a number of online forums to actually just watch because I thought I'm going to learn stuff from them I didn't know. But I didn't have any personal Facebook account. It was a business account. So when it was time to interact with people, I needed to create another account. And so I just picked Brutus Valentine because the Dream Team were always very popular down here. Now, as the book started to evolve, the name stuck. And I've said before, I don't need to have my name on a book. My name's on a lot of books and no one gives a crap about that. And the name stuck. And so Brutus Valentine became the author of it.
No, that's why I was wondering why Brutus Valentine, if there was a significant reason why. And plus, we all know it took you, 2-3 hours just to get the initials BV signed perfectly the other day.
Yeah, actually probably a bit more than 2 to 3 hours on that one. Now, the Dream Team were popular down here. Brutus was very popular. And also Heels were popular down here as well. And so Brutus Valentine, well, the option was Greg Beefcake, but I think Greg Beefcake sent the letter before.
Can I ask you a question, Brutus? There's also a guy, I think he's Australian, called Andre Stud or something. Andre Stud. Did he
Andre
copy
Stud.
you using that sort of combo name, or did you copy him?
I don't copy anyone for a start. Everything I do is original, which is why
He's OG. He's OG. That's why.
He's different from what the internet says about LJNs because the internet doesn't know everything. It only knows what other people already know. But there's been a number of names. There used to be a guy on the forum, which was Lou Jesse Nikolai, who was very active on the forums, LJN, Lou Jesse Nikolai, and he seemed to disappear. So there's been a few different names like that.
Hey Zash, what would be your name?
I was thinking the same thing just then. Oh, I reckon.
The Hillbilly Adonis.
What about? I was thinking Adonis. I wasn't thinking Hillbilly, but I was trying to be a funny guy.
That's good.
But I'll go with that. Hillbilly Adonis. What about you, Duarte?
I'm looking at the figures right now to think. You put me on the spot. I don't know who to choose.
Does anyone else have something? Tim Bateson.
Yeah, what about Tim?
Yeah. Tim's looking around too. Mark Cochran.
I don't know.
Oh, you got something.
I'm thinking of something. How about the Rowdy Tyler? Boy, that's terrible. I'm gonna have to think of something else.
Rowdy Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler's not even a figure.
That's a good one. That's a good question. I mean, I'm gonna have to really think about it.
Rowdy Warrior. That's a good one. Rowdy Warrior.
I know. I know. Hey, there you go. Yeah, that is a good one, Zash. They need to hire you for gimmicks. I tell you, in WWE. Come on.
Maybe we need the viewers to come up with combinations. It's actually quite fun.
I like it. I like Rowdy Warrior.
If you put Luscious in front of something like Luscious Tyler Peters, but the idea is to do the full mix up. So
and Bruce, another question. Bruce, another question. Which figure do you think that has been customized the most? Like, what body has been used the most? And you've seen them all.
Well, in customizing or in the molds for LJNs?
Customizing in customer, not molds in customer. Like the most you've seen that's been for sure chopped off, heads chopped off, and new heads on. Like what figure do you think has been? So you think so? From your book is downstairs. So how many Jessies do you think? You think 100,000 Jessies has been chopped off?
Oh no, nowhere near 100,000. No more than 99,997. And also, the Iron Sheik tended to get used a lot, and people used to. Zash, and you guys can correct me. Nikolai Volkov's head was used a lot for painting because he seemed to have the neutral sort of features, but with the little beard, and he was used a lot in masked wrestlers as well. But essentially, you'd say whatever figure is common. You don't see too many.
Orndorff must be up there.
Orndorff, of course, with the Ultimate Warrior swaps. And Orndorff, I tell you, since I was going to say something about this, LJNs weren't available in the UK, as we know, but they did land there around about 92, 93. And Orndorff was a figure that was able to be bought. So these were closeouts, as they call them in the US. And so they were just sold. And we see sometimes, we see an SD Jones with a Lou Albano poster and on the back of a Jim Brunzell card. They're those UK mashups that ended up in the UK. They're real. And it was just essentially whoever took over after Grand Toys just shipped them off, right? And they were generally for sale quite cheaply. I think I've seen some with Argos stickers on them. And of course, the B. Brian Blair with no stripes. Just like the Jake the Snake with no snakes, the B. Brian Blair with no stripes is pretty much, as far as I can tell, was UK only and just dumped over there.
Yeah, but has it ever been seen in package though? No.
I had an image of it in pack, but it's gone.
Until I see the image of that being on a package card, that is bullshit. I call bullshit. Until I see the card, it is bullshit. Like the No Jake, bullshit. It could have been those UK's guys, those guys from Nottingham or Manchester or Chelsea or wherever in the UK. I don't care. Tell me where there is a package of that one saying it could have been you Aussies from Sydney, from Melbourne, from Perth, from where those animals are from, those kangaroos. At the end of the day, until I see it in package, it does not exist. We know the Slaughter exists because it was in the WWF magazine. But those other two?
There you go. Dwat
definitely exists.
Point, but I don't know. There's too many.
Was this National Geographic now? I mean, come
on. I can guarantee you, and Tim. I can't guarantee anything.
No, I like
support this. B. Brian Blair without stripes appears regularly and appears properly because it also doesn't have the white on the top of his boots, and it appears on the correct production mold code, always on the same production mold code for that, which I think is it's a P1, I think.
My recollection in the UK is there was hundreds of yellow Brian B. Blairs, yellow SD Jones, and Paul Orndorff, and no one else. And it was just those three.
There you go.
Tim,
and that were the names we were talking about.
But
and
was it in a package?
I've not seen one. I've not seen one in a package.
What is it about the package? Yeah.
Either, or Santa Claus, but I know it exists, right?
I've got a tease. No, that's not.
What they're saying, Tyler, what they're saying is these could be painted, and not factory. unless they see it inside the package, they don't believe that it actually came out like that. But
Gotcha.
we're going to move on to custom hacks. We didn't have a custom hack from any of the customizers this week, so I whipped something up. It's more of a product that I'm talking about that I've come across. But if you guys have a custom hack for next week's show, or interested in doing a custom hack, that goes for you too, Tim. Send me a message. Tell me that you want to do a custom hack, and we'll get it on next week's show because it's the last show of the year next year. We'll be back in January. And some good news, we've got some big-time customizers coming on our first show back. It's sealed in. We've got Caleb Langford and Kevin Swales coming on the first January show back. So that will be a good, bright start to the year. So let's move on to custom hacks.
Are you a customizer? New to the game? Or looking to learn some new moves? Well, join us as we take you behind the curtain and backstage with Zashman. Ask him questions. Learn all of his top secrets as we give you custom hacks with the plan Zashman.
Recently, I stumbled across this Played FX paint. Now, it's a flexible acrylic paint that is supposed to flex. So I started off using their clear primer, and I found out later on that it peeled off. So I put it down to maybe it's the primer is not reacting well with the rubber, but that's still something we've got to test further. So the second time around, I actually used none of their primer. I didn't use any of the gesso or anything. I just put it on normal, and this is the way it turned out. So I put them decals on. So obviously the skin on this figure was just a flesh tone that I put in the rubber, so there's no paint on the skin. So I've got no problem with that paint cracking, but I did Mod Podge it, which flexes quite well. So right now I'm flexing the legs. As you can see, there is no paint cracking. I also tried this on a non-bendy figure, straight LJN, and it worked really well as well. So guys, some positive signs come out of this experiment. You know, I bought quite a few tubes of it, so I'm hoping it does work. But Played FX paint, it's a flexible acrylic paint that doesn't crack. They market it quite well, and as you can see here, we're getting no paint crack. So if that's not going to crack, then I suggest that the LJN won't crack. I'll put no sealer on top of this either, that's just straight paint. So what you see there on the pants is what I put on with the paint, and it goes on quite well. It doesn't look like it needs a sealer. It kind of goes into the rubber. Stand up, Haku. There we go, Haku Bendy with flexible acrylic paint. Would help if I took the LJN White Knight overlay off, but yeah, there we go, guys. I tested it out on Nikolai. I've done some tests on a few figures. It actually doesn't look like it needs a sealer, which is kind of cool because you can't see brush strokes with it very much or anything. It kind of melts into the rubber. Might want to try this one out, guys. I'm still in trials with it, so I don't want to get too excited. But if any of you guys have heard of it or used it before, let me know. Played FX, flexible acrylic paint.
Yeah, that'd be
And
good to
Zash,
figure out.
what a great figure.
I think it looks great. Yeah.
I wonder what paint they use, because when you bend
Agreed. Yeah.
when you bend these figures, like it doesn't stretch. But if you were to do the figures that you paint, you'd see the cut marks right away, 100%. You know, look.
Yeah. I tried it with normal. I tried it with normal Americana paint before that, and when I bent the leg, it cracked so badly that it actually fell off onto the table, the paint. So yeah, it surprisingly has worked well. Like I said, the first time around it peeled off, but the second time when I didn't use their undercoat, it didn't peel off. So I'm thinking possibly either I didn't use the undercoat right or the undercoat doesn't suit the rubber. Jason said, where did I get the paint from? I can't remember the actual store, but there's a few in Australia. If you Google Played FX, you can get it. I know in America, I think you can get it from Michael's or something. I think. But yeah, just look up Plate Effects. It's not hard to find. You'll see it on there. Might be a good little trick for people. I don't know. I actually messaged them as well and had a chat to them. I was hoping they could work out some sponsorship deal for us or something where we could give the viewers some trials of the paint.
They have
'Cause if-
Michaels in the US. I thought it was just a Canadian a hobby store. Tyler?
Might be. Michaels.
No, I mean that's the first time I'm getting more information, but I think it's great. I think the sponsorship. I didn't realize it either. That shows you how much my knowledge for it goes. But I think it's awesome. I think let's get a sponsor. Let's get as much money out of them as you can. I mean, hey, I'm all for it. So
yeah.
Anybody need impersonations? Anything? No, we good. Okay, I didn't know.
I want to ask.
I'm teasing.
Tim, a question, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Tim. So this is a sensible question too, by the way. So, do you have Hasbro's as well? Because we know of the UK love for Hasbro's.
Yeah, I sold. I had a full Hasbro and Galoob set that I sold last year, which funded my LJN collection and the customs.
Yeah, keeps it nice and neutral. Back in the mid-90s, a lot of the Hasbro's that were hard to get over here were coming in from the UK. There was a guy who was buying them. And, of course, then we got the Galoob ones. And these are second-hand, of course. The UK-only exclusives. So I was lucky to have just about all of them. I don't think I got Lex Luger. And the UK ones were like the yellow cards, those sorts of ones we were getting over.
I never got into the Hasbro's either. The Hasbro's, I was going to go into the Hasbro's, but I saw the prices, debated, and then now with the prices right now for Hasbro's, no way.
No, when I went back and looked at them, and you look at them next to the LJNs, and I just don't get. I know they were the most popular line, but they look cheap to me.
I don't know about most popular. Come on, this is an LJN. This is an LJN podcast. LJNs are the most popular. Come on, Tim. Saying Hasbro's are get out of here.
They're overrated. What you're saying?
Get them out of here, Josh. Boot them out for saying Hasbro's a popular line.
I have a complete set of Hasbro's, so I can't kick him out for that.
I'm kidding.
What's that? I thought you were holding up my figure then, Brutus. Actually,
No.
I think this is a figure I never actually showed.
No, I haven't seen that one. It's a nice one.
I wasn't happy with it, but it's not that bad. I should show it.
Yeah,
exactly. Most popular is an interesting thing.
Resemblance is good.
Estimating production numbers and things of Hasbro's, because I'd have to learn more about the company to do that. But we're talking about 2.1 million Hulk Hogan LJNs, just like that. Now, I don't think there would have been a single Hasbro figure that sold 2.1 or that had the manufacturing of 2.1 million figures. But Hasbro was definitely much more popular on a worldwide basis, and European communities loved them. Like in Germany and in the Netherlands, they're mad on it. And also we've sold some of the Hasbooks into Israel as well. And it's obviously there's a bit of love also in Japan, and I think Tim might know this. The guy came up with a lot of green cards recently in Japan a couple of years ago, which took the prices down on the green card market. And we've said this before, but green cards landed here in Australia, and they were $5, and then they were $3, and I bought about 40 of them, and was swapping for LJNs back in about 1996. So swapping a 1, 2, 3 kid mint on card to get Cowboy Bob Orton, which for me was a great deal.
Was that the same guy in Japan that had all the Galoob UK exclusives as well?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and so that was recent times, because that's when I was doing the research and was on the forums, and people were talking about there were guys in Australia selling loose green cards, and they were saying, how can they have them? This is a lie. This can't be true. and I had to point out to them, and that was in the business name. No, we got all of them in 1995, 1996. And then when that Japanese guy, I don't know if he's Japanese, the guy in Japan came up with all these green cards, and people were then complaining that the market had fallen. And it's like they were complaining that they were too expensive. It's like, you know, remember, guys, a few weeks ago, I said the devil talks out of both sides of his mouth at the same time. And that's the buying and selling conundrum. So,
yeah, good points there, Brutus. All right, let's shoot off to customs of the week.
please.
And now it's time for the guys to look, like, and discuss their favorite customs of the week.
Jeff Betts showing off his clear figure collection. Joe Davis continues to impress. Simbodi with some awesome, I believe, digitally mastered sculpts. Caleb Langford, wow, weren't these impressive? Look at the colours on these. And great finish. Caleb Langford, 10 out of 10. Shad Guthia with another great repaint. Some more great customs from Simbodi. Tim Bateson, coincidentally, is our guest tonight, showing he's got some great skills in the sculpting area, as well as his usual great paintwork. All these customs came out really well. Alan Carpenter wowed us with these great Legion of Dooms in collaboration with Kevin Pelkey. Here's my custom, Zach Mann, the superstar Billy Graham, and Chris Boone with some awesome customs.
And a great Ted DiBiase by Justin Bennett. Another great custom by Caleb Langford, Hangman, Adam Page. Ultimate Warrior, great job by Jason Perugia. Another great work from Caleb Langford by Jerry the King Lawler. The Giant Haystacks by Anthony Rossi, awesome work. Matt Rhodes shows some skills. Ariola, Daniel Ariola. Brian Brabbington with some more customs. Great work from him too. All these are elite customs.
Well, there they are, customs of the week. What do you think, boys?
I think they're all great at the end of the day. Everyone did great work. But the Men on a Mission by Caleb was a good one. I did like that because of colors, because that was right after the golden era, right? That was a good one. I actually did enjoy seeing those.
They popped, didn't
And the
they?
colours.
Yeah, the colours.
Popped.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
they brought
another
a lot
one
of
I had
energy
to
as a
look
tag
for
team. Yeah.
Tim, are you going to say Tim Bateson ones were the best?
No, I agree. The Men on a Mission, and then Giant Haystacks from me being from
Yes,
England.
the Giant Haystacks was the second one I liked. I wrote it. I was supposed to write it down because I was going to forget, but it was the Men on a Mission and Giant Haystacks were the two best ones that I saw. They're all pretty cool. And Tim, you literally finished all your customs this week because you were on just to showcase your stuff as you're on, eh? Well done.
Yeah, but we've had a bit of an accident while we've been on air, so I've lost a shelf, and unfortunately,
no.
Crush has lost an arm.
Easy fix.
Oh, no.
So that'll be fixed next week.
Wow, that's like so all that.
I know it.
So all that.
Yeah, I lost.
How many
Is that
figures?
top right? Top right, I can see it. It's
Top
bare.
right, yeah, good 12 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now we know
Yeah.
if they were LJNs, and this
Wow.
goes back to Stone Cold Swales last week saying, and he loves all the different customs, but he says they're not LJNs unless they use LJN parts, and LJNs would have bounced. But that's a terrible thing to happen. Oh, you have to make a new one. But
It happens weekly.
do you
It
have any
happens weekly.
customs of? Do you have any,
Yeah,
or
it's
have
awful,
you seen any customs of Big Daddy?
No, it's on the list, but
What
I
about
need a
Mark?
head. Like, I haven't seen the head sculpt of Big Daddy.
Right.
Hey,
Mark
Tim.
Rollerball Rocco.
Who?
Mark Rocco. Mark Rollerball Rocco. He was another huge one, or?
I have no idea who that guy is, Brutus.
Okay.
No.
No, these were English
I forgot Mark was on. I'm totally forgot Mark was on this whole time.
My internet dropped, and I to get back in, I clicked on the last link is off, and it just said I was backstage with nothing else going on, and I was sitting there for like 10 minutes going, I don't know, maybe they just didn't see me. So I was like, let me try the other link, and I clicked the other link, and y'all are here.
I literally forgot you were on this whole time. I thought it was just us five. Then you came out of nowhere.
My internet dropped.
Now Tim is gone.
I'm here.
Team,
Oh,
mate.
he's back. Who left? Brutus is gone.
Brutus is gone.
It's a tag team.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
got some finished arms.
Yeah, that's what it is.
wait, hold that up for us there, Mark. What have you done?
That's the
That is
completed
cool,
one
man.
saw
Yeah.
body. I got to sand those pegs to get the arms all the way in, but you can see the detail in the gloves and everything.
Go like that, yeah, but you haven't got them all the way in. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Cool. That's
so
awesome.
I'm gonna print that Hasbro size for a lot of people, and I'll probably make a few. This one's a little bit bigger than Hasbro, but
You gonna paint one up?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, all right. From now on, whoever drops out has to have a close up when they return.
Yeah, Brutus in there. He loves those.
That's the rule. Yeah.
That is so Mark Cochran.
You want a close up? You want a close up?
It's the claw. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
I must say, Brutus, it'd be an improvement.
Well, wait a minute. I need to drop it now.
So, was it you who sent in that letter from the Blue Oyster Bar?
Yeah. Would. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this is it. This is our second to last episode for the year. We'll be back next week with our final episode of the year next week. And on next week's show, we're going to have Justin Bennett. No, that's not right. He's already been on. Who's on our last show?
No, he hasn't been on Justin Bennett.
We haven't had
Hasn't he?
Justin Bennett. No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Justin Bennett and Amit.
We had Ahmed already.
Had
Yeah.
Amit.
The meat.
We had Ahmed.
I'll work it out. There's someone else coming on.
Come on, Sash. What are you doing over there?
He likes the close-ups. He's very vain.
Just bring everybody on. We'll all join.
I've always wanted to be famous, Brutus.
Really?
Yeah. Haven't you?
No, well, oh, fuck off. Right. geez.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, he's doing a fine job. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
just do
God.
with that. Yeah.
It's been a weird
No,
show. We've had lots of dropouts.
I'm the opposite. I don't even put my own name on a book I write. I mean, I'm the opposite of it. I want nothing to do with it. And if you didn't force me onto this show because you got those compromising pictures of me and the goat, then you wouldn't bloody see me at all.
Take your top off, Brutus. Guys, it's been an awesome show. Even though we've had lots of dropouts, we've had lots of weird stuff. Like, I'm talking weird stuff.
Blue Oyster weird.
Happening. But look, it happened. The show happened. We got through it. I hope you at least got entertained by some things that was going on the show.
Yeah,
Thank
a
you,
lot
mate.
of it. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark Cochran. Tyler, thank you, mate. You've been a bit glitchy, but we appreciate you coming on. You're always a great host, co-host, and you're welcome on any time. Guys,
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Hey, my pleasure.
I just want to say, anyone got any final words?
Well, hey, thank you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks, Tim, for joining us all the way.
Appreciate
from
that.
the-
Yeah.
from the
Had
UK.
fun. Yeah, it was blessed.
And if we think the UK weather's bad, people say, well, Dwight, you said what was it, -10 today? So
Oh, fucking cold. Freezing.
yeah.
Bro,
I hate winter. I hate winter. I hate
Wind, you Canadian.
Well, you picked it. You
Oh,
picked it
shut up, Ben.
bloody-
You have never felt anything cold in your life, my friend.
I have. What about Tim Bateson? He's in Nottingham. It's bloody snowing there.
-2.
Come on, those Englishmen? They don't know what gold is. They live under the Queen.
Come on.
Come
The
on.
Queen. They got the Queen.
She's your queen.